FISM, Fédération Internationale de Société Magique, the world's largest society for magic. Every 3 years they host the World Championships of Magic with thousands of magicians attending. Dozens of magicians compete with the hopes and dreams of winning the title World Champion of Magic and the respect from their magical peers. This was my first time attending. I was inspired, I was in awe, and I saw things like I had never seen before. This is what I saw. Alright, so I'm currently packing for FISM, which is going to be in Turin, Italy this year. It's my first ever FISM, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's something I've always wanted to go see. Yeah, you know, it's just, I'm really there for the competitions. There's something about acts that have worked years to get their act to that point, and this is what it all comes down to. So, really excited. And I'm currently just packing the suitcase, ready to go, and camera stuff and that. And of course, passport. So, I fly tomorrow very early, 6 AM, but I'm going to get up like 2 AM to travel to the airport and then give me a couple of hours to, you know, check in and everything. So, yeah, it's going to be lots of fun, hope. I'm seeing a couple of friends there that I know are going, but until that point I'm travelling myself. Oh, sad times. But yeah, it's going to be good fun. Hey, I'm editing this video right now and I just want to jump in and apologise for the shaky camera work. When I was recording it felt really smooth, but of course you look back and it's not. I didn't have a gimbal, I just had my camera and I was holding it, so brought out every now and then to record stuff and it came out quite shaky, but I hope you still enjoy it. This is the night before. I'm not actually gone yet. I've just had a message. The flight is delayed. So that means, which is fine, it's only like an hour and a half delay, but it affects the following flight, that's the connection. And then on top of that I've got a taxi pre-booked and paid for at the other end, but they're following my original flight number. Now, if I'm given a new flight number, I don't know what happens there. And the whole idea was I wanted everything to be effortless, so like on the day I just turn up, show my QR code, my passport, and I just get in the plane and no worries. But now that needs sorted. Very annoying, but I have gone a big walk to try and tire myself out. It's very hot here, it's like 28 degrees maybe. It's probably a bit less now, but during the day it was 28 degrees. There's a party going on in that house. Someone is 50. Cool. Yeah, so I am now going to rest for the night, double check I've got everything sorted and switch off, and I'm up at 2 AM for the flight, although now I've got extra time in the morning. I still want to leave at 2 AM, so I'm nice and early and I've got time to have things go wrong. Don't want things to go wrong, but we've got buffer time. Right, I will see you tomorrow. Okay, so we're at the airport now and my flight has been delayed. And it's basically knocked back the whole day. I should have been there lunchtime, but I'm now going to be there at about 6:30. But by the time I get my taxi and everything, it's going to be quite late. It's going to be like 7 o'clock, which isn't too bad. It should still be bright, but it just means I won't get to explore much of the area until tomorrow. Yeah, so the delays are an absolute pain because I'm going to have to sort my taxi. I've got an extra flight added on, so there's more waiting between flights. But otherwise, it's okay. Just quite annoyed I've not got the day to explore. But yeah, should be good. Tomorrow's the proper day of the championship. I'm going to meet some friends there and have a good time. Well, I am exhausted. I'm really tired. All these delays have messed everything up. I was up. I basically only had an hour's sleep last night. But even at that, it wasn't an hour. It was like I've just laid in the bed, didn't sleep. I've forgotten what I was going to say. It's so bad. Yeah, It's really like hot and then it's cold and it's hot because the air conditioning in patches is really good in this airport. I'm in Amsterdam now, and then other parts of the airport it's just so hot. But we're on our way and I should be there about dinner time. Well, I've made it to my apartment and I am absolutely exhausted, like beyond belief. My feet are sore. My pinky toes have like sort of blisters on them, but that's mainly because I'd done quite a lot of walking before the trip. And today, I can show you, I have done, just from going plane to plane, 19,000 steps. 19,000 steps, and then I don't even know where to begin. First flight was delayed, so that impacted the whole day. By the way, I'm now in Italy, so I'm going to have a traditional Italian Coca-Cola. Traditional. So that flight was delayed. I've got my itinerary here, so I can look at it if I need to. That was delayed, and then it meant that rather than going, my original flight was Glasgow to Amsterdam, Amsterdam to Italy. Boom, job done, finished. I went Glasgow to Amsterdam, Amsterdam to Rome, and then Rome to Turin, where the seminar is, where the FISM is. But every single flight was delayed. Every flight. And then on top of that, I had to try and manage my taxi, which I had pre-booked, and I don't know where I am with that. They charged double the price because my original taxi got cancelled and refunded on the condition I bought a new taxi slot, which they doubled the price because I had to buy it on the day. They wouldn't just transfer it. It's obviously to make money. What difference does it make as a taxi firm? They've got lots of taxi drivers. They just say, "Oh, John, are you available at this time?" Okay, off you go. They just want money. So, yeah, that's that. And then I had to sort my accommodation. Like I had accommodation in place, but they were expecting me to check in like 2 o'clock, and I ended up getting here 22 minutes past 10 is when I set foot in the apartment. I checked it. I was actually originally supposed to be here at 11:15 in the morning. Taxi to the hotel, and I'd be here about 12, but it doesn't check in till 2. So that's why it was going to be 2 o'clock. But now I'm here so late. What time is it now? Yeah, I've not had dinner, and just everything got delayed. There was rain, which meant they couldn't take off. There was so many issues. There was the fear that my baggage wasn't going to get through because one of the connecting flights only had like 15 minutes. They then put me onto, and then the time elapsed and it just overlapped. But then what actually happened, as fate would have it, is the following flight was delayed significantly by like almost an hour. And then we got on the plane, and then it drove out in the runway a bit. The rain came on, it just sat in the runway for about half an hour, 40 minutes waiting for the rain to go off. And I only had about an hour. I went to bed for an hour the night before, but I didn't sleep for the hour, so I'm exhausted. But yeah, I'm really annoyed because I wanted to get my bearings and I wanted to understand what the place is like, but we'll work that out tomorrow. But tomorrow, day 1, FISM World Championships of Magic. I'll see you there. I'm so tired. Okay, we are straight into it this morning. The time is 23 minutes past 8. When I first booked this apartment, it said it was a half an hour walk, but now it's saying on Google Maps like 50 minutes. So I hope it's half an hour. We will find out. But I am tired, hot, sore feet, all from yesterday. But I'm hoping as the day goes on, I'll warm up a bit, stretch, and get some drinks in me, non-alcoholic. I'll get a bit more energy. So next little bit, we're going to be journeying to the convention centre, and I will see you there. Okay, I think that's us arriving at the convention centre now. It looks like at Lingotto, yeah. The address they put on the ticket for the welcome desk, put that into GPS, and it took me somewhere that was 35 minutes away. So I went to the wrong address, which was a 50-minute walk. Got there and no welcome desk, put in Lingotto Centre, and it was 35 minutes away. So I've been walking for about an hour and a half trying to find this convention centre. I don't know why they've put a different address for the welcome desk on the ticket when it's not even there. I thought it was maybe a neighbouring building or something, but nope, two completely different locations and no welcome desk at that address that's on the letter, so I don't understand. Anyway, I think this is it. I think I'm here, so I will see you inside and we'll see who we can find and what we can see. Okay, so this is the World Championship trophy. I actually looked at this already, but I have to admit, it made me a wee bit emotional seeing it. But it's amazing. And there's so many names on here, people that have won in the past. It's massive. I don't think the camera does it justice. But that's it. That's what everyone's competing for. Okay, so I've got my registration bag and there's all sorts of goodies in here. Do you know what? It's a bit cumbersome just now to do it, but back at the hotel later on we'll look through together. Yeah, and we'll have a look, see what we've got. There's all sorts of things. I can see a couple of card tricks and free things in there, but also the programme, which is the main thing.
Have a look. Is it heavy?
No.
Normal? Normal?
Yeah.
Put them inside. Do you think that's something you can lift from the table? Yeah. Put it on the table. I'm just gonna add some weight, so try to lift it up. No? Okay. I'm gonna remove the hammer, so we can lift it, right? But I'm gonna remove your strength too. Try to lift it. No? It's not strength, it's mind power. Of course. For example, look. Wanna try? Look. Close, close.
That's really good. Okay, so I've met a couple of people and we looked around the stalls at the dealers to see what kind of magic things they were selling. And yeah, just kind of wandered about, really not done anything significant. But now I'm looking for food because I'm going to go see the competitions. But I realised I'm going to be sitting in there for quite a few hours and I've not had lunch and I've only got a couple of drinks in my bag. I want to have plenty of food and be prepared so I'm not hungry and tired. So there's that. And then it's the competitions. I'm very excited about the competitions, I can't lie. Very excited. Okay, we're here. I'm running so late. This is it.
And so, the first artist to perform this afternoon comes from Chile and perform Toledo.
I'm sorry. I couldn't find any shop. Oh, you can vote. So
QR code and then we can vote.
right. So sorry, I'm here with the. Sorry, I was zoned out. I'll cut this out. I'm here with the wonderful Oliver Tabor. Everybody, Oliver, say hello.
Hello, everybody.
What do you think? Are you enjoying FISM so far?
I am, yes, I only just started, but I'm having a great time already.
I am too hot. I'm tired, but I'm here. We're gonna have fun, aren't we?
We are, yeah, it's got a whole week.
We've had one act so far. I'm not going to ask your comments, but generally, do you think it's going to be a good weekend of competitors?
I think it's going to be an excellent week of competitors, yeah. There's going to be so much, there's 60 acts altogether, so lots of magic to see.
And there's quite a few from the UK this year, isn't there?
Yeah, very exciting. I think we've got 10 acts competing this year, so it's fingers crossed.
That's good. We've not had that for years. Next act's coming up, and I'm probably going to cut a lot of this out. Because it's rubbish. But yeah, we're going to have a good time, aren't we, Oliver? Okay, say bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Smile toward your video. Mandy, are you enjoying yourself?
I'm having a lovely time, thanks.
Are you tired, Mandy?
Yes.
Now, everyone, Mandy is working backstage with a lot of the UK competitors, and she's exhausted.
Yes.
Mandy, tell me about it. Tell me the hours you've been doing.
So we went over to Salou, to the House of Illusion, and we spent 4 full days, like morning to night, rehearsing in shows, rehearsing during the day. It's been non-stop. Then we packed up a truck and we drove from Spain to Italy, and it took a day and a half. We stopped off in a lovely little village in France and had a McDonald's because it was the only place that was open. And as soon as we got here, unloaded the truck, and then we've been in all day, every day. I was in at 8 o'clock this morning, but I'm off for the rest of the day and all day tomorrow.
So basically, Mandy has not stopped since she started.
I'm running on caffeine. Woo.
Yay, okay. Mandy, we're going to watch some competitions now, aren't we?
Pardon?
We're going to watch some acts now, aren't we?
We watched so many magic acts.
Okay, let's sit and watch and let's enjoy ourselves.
Woo.
Oh, we just saw an amazing act. Mandy, what did you think?
It was amazing. It's one of the best acts I've seen.
Yeah, it got a standing ovation, which is a major thing, isn't it?
It doesn't happen at FISM often.
No, it does not happen. It was good. Rebecca, do you want to say anything? Do you want to say hello? No, okay, I'll cut that bit out. I'll cut that
Please
bit
don't keep it.
out. It was incredible. It made paper airplanes do things. It was amazing.
only at FISM does it become legend.
Even without words, you can astonish the world.
Because magic all comes together under one spellbinding roof.
Raise the curtain. FISM 2025 is here. One city, one city.
FISM, that's a very important place in my museum. We have the godfather of FISM, which is Fred Capps right here, with his display with a beautiful cane with a rabbit, all his props right here.
So we're just doing the opening ceremony just now, and it's absolutely insane. I'm not going to talk too much because they're about to start, but all the countries are going to come in with their flags representing their country, and it's pretty emotional actually seeing all this in one room. But yeah, it's very exciting. Oh my goodness.
The children, the students, the contestants, and the flags. Please, come here. Thank you very much for what you did in the past 3 amazing years. Believe me, it's unbelievable to have all you here on stage with us. To the contest! A big round of applause! Thank you very much. More energy! Because for sure, they deserve a standing ovation. They deserve all together a standing ovation because they are all here for you. This is the true goal of the season. that is the most important part of our life. Because for sure, I'm sure that FISM is absolutely the place to be.
Well, good morning. Last night was very tiring. I didn't actually get until about 2:30 into bed, and so much happened yesterday. The main things I saw were the competitions. Now, out of respect to the acts, I didn't film a lot of that. It's not really the done thing. So I managed to get like a couple of clips of the general atmosphere, but I never recorded any of the acts specifically. So that was that. You know, it was some pretty cool acts. Eager to see what the competitors are like today. There was maybe one or two acts that particularly stood out in the competition yesterday. I don't know if we've seen the winner yet. Yeah, I don't think we've seen the FISM winner yet, of the stage anyway. And then later on, there was the... let me think. There was the opening ceremony. So there was a bit of a gap in between where we could go see some lectures and get some food. I caught half of the... That's my sat-nav telling me where to go. I caught half of the intellectual property and creativity lecture. Well, it wasn't a lecture, it was a sort of panel of people talking. It had Topaz, Raphael, Russ Stevens, Magic Christian, and who was the other one? I'll put it in the I'll put it on the bottom of the screen probably right now. But that was really interesting. It was amazing seeing 5 powerhouses with actually very different opinions. Raphael, for example, approached things more from a creative angle and having a play, whereas people like Russ Stevens and Magic Christian approach things with knowledge and experience, and I just thought it was very interesting. Topaz, I would say, was right in the middle of the opinions. So yeah, everyone had different perspectives and things. It was really interesting. But yeah, we're making our way to the convention centre right now. The traffic is pretty crazy here. Okay, got across the road. So many shops. Okay, I think I'm going the right way. That was a theatre. Cool. So yeah, then after that, really the big thing for me was seeing the opening ceremony and then the Grand Prix gala show. So the opening ceremony had a lot of build-up. It was introducing a lot of the presidents from the FISM regions around the world. There was an opening performance. With a really cool dance group that was really coordinated and did this really cool Harry Potter themed dance. And then after that, the bit that was really special to me was all the competitors marched up through the audience onto the stage waving their country's flag, and I just thought that is so special. It felt like the Olympics, or I don't know, it just felt really special seeing all these people on the stage. They make their way to the stage, and every one of them with hopes and dreams, and it was really special. And then after that, there was a full gala show of, I think it was 8 acts, and it was, oh my goodness, what a show. To have 8 world champions in one show was just utterly mind-blowing. I mean, seriously, you couldn't even say one act stood out. They're all different styles, but they're all equally deserving to be a world champion. Seriously impressive. And what was nice, they did a little interview after each person and how FISM has changed their life, and some of them it was like winning the lottery. They've gone on to do amazing things and have a great life. Yeah, it was really good, and it was nice. There was a little appearance from Voron and during the show. He was only on stage for like a minute. That was special to me. I've never seen him live. I won't be able to catch him Friday because I'm getting a plane, but at least got to see him in this show. So traffic's getting busy now. I need to head to the convention centre, so I will follow up at the convention centre. Okay, but first thing, I need to get some nourishment. I'm going to get some food, because yesterday I tried to get food and I ended up doing the whole, like, I don't know, 6 hours or something without any snacks or drinks or anything. So, well, I did have drinks, but yeah, I need to stock up. So I'm making a point of going to this supermarket that I now know exists, getting some stuff, stocking up, put it in my bag, and then I don't need to worry about not eating, because it's very easy at these conventions to forget to eat and not eat at all. So yeah, I'm going to make sure I get some stuff that's ready to go. Snacky things like some meat, maybe some fruit, just a variety of things, cover all bases. And then we will be at the second stage of the competitions, the stage competitions. Round 2 of the stage competitions coming up next. We'll get that. And we'll get this. Sorted. Now to head in.
Ladies and gentlemen, Anson Lee.
Yes.
There's an 8. 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 4, 5, 2, 1, 2, 0, 8, 9, 3, and 5.
Simple sound of a bubble. Here is the group.
Well, I've just finished seeing the competitions. Well, I finished about an hour ago, and I went for some food. I went for some dinner. I went for a traditional Italian KFC. How the stage competition was, it was a long one. It was over 4 hours long, and yeah, we just sat there for 4 hours, act after act after act. There were some good standouts actually for the session B. There was a guy who had a pipe, and I can't remember the name. And he was incredible, really good. He made a book vanish, like a full hardback book disappear. No funny moves. The book was just sitting on his hand, like that, and then puff of smoke, it disappeared. It was amazing. So that was good. And then there was another guy. There were so many names, I can't remember the names right now. I'll probably put it at the bottom of the screen. But this guy did a Lincoln Rings routine. It started off like, oh, he's just going to do another Lincoln Rings routine. But of course, this is FISM. It's not going to be a plain old Lincoln Ring routine. He had these long dreadlocks on. And as the routine developed, as it progressed, the rings were linking to his hair. And then he couldn't find the end of his hair, and then he started pulling the hair out his pocket, and then it came out his sleeve, and then it came out his trouser leg, and eventually it connected onto a huge piece of hair that was in the wings of the stage. So it got ridiculous. It was so funny. It was so inventive. So unique, and also what was clever about it is you thought it would go one direction, and then he took that on its head and went a completely opposite direction, literally on his head. It was his dreadlocks on his hair. It was incredible though, really good. So those were two standouts. There were some other good acts. There was a couple of nice illusion acts today actually. There was a French illusionist who did a water torture tank, which he didn't do like the traditional tied up in chains and tried to escape. He penetrated the glass and came out through the glass, which was really awesome. And then there was a German illusionist did this amazing routine with like there was a perspex, a see-through safe, like a bank safe, and he was able to get the money out the safe and produce money from thin air, that kind of thing. And eventually he did a sort of metamorphosis type thing, so he stood on top of the safe and he appeared inside the safe. Lots of money shot into the audience. Of course it was fake money, but everyone still ran to catch it. So that was good. So that was the acts. There was a lot more competitors, but I want to talk more about the show last night. I'll probably go somewhere quieter for that, because the show last night I never said who was in it, and it was incredible. It was 8 world champions, amazing. But yeah, I'll talk about that probably in another clip. Just now though, I am waiting to see Matt King's solo show. I've seen it before. Might be different this time, although a seasoned professional, I doubt the material will change much. That's why they're professional. They stick to good material and they do it very well. If you're always changing material, you're not going to have your routines polished. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, that's basically it. I've got an hour to wait, so I've got time to kill. I'll probably walk around and tell you a bit about the acts last night. Alright, we're back. I'm going to have to be careful with my how much I record here, because my first memory card is already full. It's crazy. So I found a nice little bit here. Look, it's lovely, atmospheric. I think behind me, somewhere in the distance, am I blocking it? Yeah, over in the distance there, I think Arturo Brachetti is having an interview. So there's more recording going on. This seems to be the bit for recording. But yeah, I want to talk about last night's show because I think that's worth discussing. I've got my notes down here. Yeah, so the first act on was Norbert Ferré from France. Oh my god, I love his act. The skill and discipline and control he has over manipulation balls is incredible. He does juggling with just one hand kind of thing. The ball jumps between his fingers. It's amazing. And he has a strange, weirdly this wouldn't normally work, but he has a comedy character that he switches into throughout the duration of his act, and that chopping and changing normally wouldn't work, but for some reason it really works well with him. Yeah, next we had Jason Latimer. I didn't know too much about him. I was aware of him when I was younger because he won like 2003, and he doesn't look like his age, to be honest. But he did a really cool thing with clear cups and balls kept on appearing underneath his cups and balls routine. But it was amazing because they were clear, and the fact that they're clear makes the magic even more powerful. Oh yeah, next up was Yu Ho Jin. Now Yu Ho Jin is like, when I first saw his act, I'll be honest, I didn't like the act. I was on YouTube, I watched it. I don't think I was watching it through the right eyes, and now I absolutely love it. It's an amazing act, and I do manipulation. I think the reason I didn't like it is because I was used to seeing fast manipulation up to that point. I saw Anne Halim, Hans Klock, Jeff McBride, a lot of other manipulators, and it was a lot faster and a different style. I wasn't used to this. Hello, Korean style. We've just seen Oliver Tabor. I'm going to get him on camera against his will. He has to sign a waiver now. There we go. Say hello, Oliver.
Good evening.
Okay, I've got a microphone on, so.
And what time are you coming back?
Matt King time. Here we go. So I've not been this theatre yet. It's really nice. Look at this. Lovely. I think I'm quite near the front. Yeah, I'm quite a while in. I'm seeing the feet numbers. Should be good. Alright, we are in from the Matt King show. I did start earlier on talking about all the acts on the previous night, which were all previous world champions, but then I met a friend and had to rush off to the Matt King show. But the Matt King show, Matt King's always good. It was a stripped back version of his show, it wasn't the full thing, but also I don't think the venue was right for him. playing to a Magic crowd is always difficult. Always difficult, because magicians that know Matt King are big fans of him, and they know all his material and they know what's coming up. So that's an issue. But the venue just wasn't quite right. It was like an old style music hall. Do you know? Yeah, it looked like a venue for music, as in like orchestras. So it was a bit strange. It didn't have wings, so it felt a bit like a bit of an echo chamber with a single guy on the stage, and they had these temporary wings set up, and it was basically just black cloths either side of the stage so he could put props on and off. It was a good show though. He was very good, he was very funny, but you did get the sense that his audience weren't right for him and the venue wasn't right for him, and that plays a lot into how impactful the show is. The acts themselves can be amazing, they can be on point, but if the rest of the environment doesn't complement, or if the rest of the environment isn't conducive to the execution of the performance, it's definitely going to dilute the performance. But he himself was great, it really was. Yeah, so I thought it would be fun. It's actually, what time is it now? 10 to 1 the next day, so this that was Tuesday we just had. Now it's going to be Wednesday. Well, it is Wednesday, which is day 3 of FISM. But on the first day I got my little goodie bag, so I thought it'd be good if we looked through it together and see what's actually in it. I only briefly looked, so some things are open, but I've not properly looked. Been saving it for this video, so let's do that just now. Okay, so here's the bag. It's a nice little, something came out already. It's a nice drawstring little bag, just a nice little thing to remember the convention by, the conference. Now, some people have been walking around with a proper rucksack. I haven't seen where to purchase those, or okay, yeah, I haven't seen where you can purchase the rucksacks, or if you can indeed purchase them. It might have been just for VIPs, but it's a nice little bag anyway. It's a nice thing to have on the first day, and I used it a lot the first day. So let's see what's inside. I'm on the apartment bed, by the way, if you're wondering what this background is. So the first thing, main thing here, is the FISM program, and let me tell you, this is thick. This is a thick program. It is packed full of stuff, and what's nice actually, unlike a lot of programs that you get, it's not like most convention programs, it's not just loads of adverts, it's actually relevant material. You know, look, here's a thing about FISM Academy, if you've not read that. It tells you what the gala shows are. There's Matt King. Okay, there's a few adverts, but it's not overwhelmed with adverts. It's legitimate material. So I think they've done a really good job of this, and tells you who the jury are, all the different acts, and close-up competition, who's taking part, which is really nice to see. Stage competition, nice to see all the names and also the categories and where they're from. So that's a lovely thing, and a wee description about the competitions, and yeah, quite a lot in here. Like I say, the adverts, look, there's 2 pages of adverts. There's another couple for a Genie magazine, but then you've not got any adverts for a long time. You know, it's a while before you get more adverts. So it's nice that it's not just a book full of adverts, it's nice material in here. So that's that. Right, I'm not going to spend too much more on that. Only thing that's missing from the programme is actually the programme. So there isn't a schedule in here that I have seen. I might have missed it, but I have not seen a schedule. At least it's not obvious. Let's see, no, nothing about the programme. So I will show you what else we've got. So I was saying there's no schedule in the programme, but what is nice, separately they have included a little checker each day. So it was a nice folded pamphlet, and it's got a quick, easy way of looking at the times each day, and it fits into a small size, which is great because this is my FISM badge. See, that's my FISM badge. And what's nice is the schedule that folds down actually fits inside this sleeve, so you can look down each day, fold it to the day that's relevant, and see very quickly what's on. So that's really cool, I like that. Okay, what else we got? We've got a little magic trick here. I'll open it up just now and do a performance of it. Yes, I thought this was a nice little touch that they've included some magic tricks, because I'm only on a standard pass. It's nice that we're getting these things added in even on the standard pass, so I can only imagine what the VIP thing's like. So I've had a look at this. It's actually a little card case, which is cool. It keeps your cards protected, and there's a deck of cards included, so that's really cool. And yeah, it's just a cool little deck actually. But what's really cool is the case. You know, it's plastic, a hard plastic case, and it fits the cards really nicely. And I think it just fits any sort of standard deck size. But with a little bit of magic, you can see the cards have disappeared. Oh, so that's a nice little bonus trick that was included. Okay, on to the rest. Let's see. There's you know what? There's a few more tricks here that I'm not going to look at just now. But I'll just show you briefly the general idea. It came in this paper bag that I tore open. Nice FISM 2025 sticker. Pack of cards of some description. I'm guessing they do something. And a little sheet here, and it's Marvin's Magic. So that's a nice little, actually I'm going to cover the QR code. That's nice that they've included essentially a miniature magic kit with a few things. Nice little touch. We've got, that's the instructions that go with the paper bag there, the pack of cards, and there's some instructions in there. Marvin Bearglass, there he is, so that's nice. I think next we've got a whole load of adverts. So it seems that they've taken adverts out of program, or refrained from using too many, and they've added a lot of leaflets. So this year they've got a delivery service, so if you're buying equipment that's too heavy for your flight home, you just send it home, which is a nice touch that they've thought about that. I'm not going to go through all these individually, but yeah, generally you understand there's a lot of adverts included, lots of things. Oh, there's a company that you can make your own magic kit. Yeah, so lots of advertising material. And lastly is this lovely envelope that was included. I have torn this open. I didn't really look at the contents other than the little quick checker that was in it. But otherwise I don't really know what else is in here. Kind of roughly know, but I don't know the specifics of what it does. So I'll open that and we can have a look. So I've just read on the envelope, very important bag, welcome letter. So I'm here 2 days into the convention and I haven't read the welcome letter. Let's have a look. Okay, so we've got a couple of transport tickets here. There's 2 of them. Yeah, so it says 100 minutes. So it probably works out that you can... Actually, 100 minutes? That's fantastic. Surely not. Damn, I could have been using that. Okay, so that'll get you about for 200 minutes, it seems. There we go. And is that a code thing? Yeah, it's a code on the back. Nice one. That's cool. And then we've got a couple of things here related to... I don't really understand what it is, to be honest. I have speculation, but I'm not 100%. So there's this thing called Stars Under the Stars. Let me find the relevant pieces here. Yeah, so it's a meal that's going to be at some sort of fancy castle. There is there. There's fancy courses. I'll be honest, this is not my thing. I don't like the idea of a limited menu. I've looked at the menu, it doesn't appeal to me, so I wonder if there's a way of enjoying the show without having to eat. I don't know. I have no idea. So that is that, and here's a little bit of details on the venue. So my understanding is it's going to be the finalists of the the street magic category are going to be performing as we have a fancy dinner outside, so that's interesting. And this is the welcome letter that I should have read. Your FISM 2025 starts here. 16 essential things to know, and I've gone 2 days without reading this essential information. One thing I will say about this year is, as fantastic as it is with all the things that are in it, the amount of information is very overwhelming and the formatting of it is not clear. I think it's because they produce Italian versions and English. It's a big muddle on the emails that have been sent out and the general information. It is very nicely presented, but it's not clear. Yeah, so just to expand on that, I can show you on my, where is it? My badge. So on the badge, I only discovered today essentially, on the bottom it tells you what shows you're valid for seeing with your ticket, and it tells you where to sit for the solo shows. I didn't know about that. It didn't say anywhere. It might have said on the welcome letter, but I haven't noticed, and that wasn't explained to me. Yeah, another issue was on the schedule. It says that the opening ceremony is 9 o'clock or whatever it was. 9 o'clock in a venue inside the Congress Centre that's live streamed, but it wasn't. It was actually in the big tent outside. So that was an issue. And also, I wonder if they changed venue at some point, because the ticket I was originally given, yeah, it says welcome desk. Maybe we can make this out better. So it says welcome desk, ingresso, palazzetto, corso, but anyway, I'm not going to read it because I'm butchering the language and I apologise for that. But this is the address, okay? 123 Corso, that place. Now here's the issue. I know it was in the Lingotto Congress Centre. It's been on their website, it's all over a lot of their advertising. I knew that. I'm not familiar with the area. I don't know their formatting for addresses and things like that. It's different to the way we do in the UK. We put the number first and then the street name. Here it seems that they put the street name and the number, so I was confused what was the postcode, zip code if you're American, and what was the house, the building number, so it was confusing. Anyway, I assumed reading this that welcome desk, although it said a different address from the Congress Centre, I assumed the welcome desk was like a neighbouring building, a building that was next door to the Congress Centre, which I thought was a bit strange, but that's what it says on my ticket. It says you must go here, that's the welcome desk. Yeah, so that's what I thought. And I arrived there and it wasn't there. It was actually another 50 minutes from the location I had just walked 35 minutes to. So the first day my journey worked out to like an hour and a half, and then after stopping and navigating and things. So that was a pain, but as I was walking there, I had a notification pop up on my screen from from FISM through the app saying, this is the address for the welcome desk. It's Lingotto Congress Centre. So I think quite a few people have gone to the wrong place. There's been complaints, and that's why they did the notification on the app, like the emergency notification. So just small things like that they could have done a better job of making clear. Like I say, everything is so beautifully done, and the branding of it all, I think is wonderful. Like, that looks so nice, the branding and the program. And it's nice that they've included so much and they've put so much information out there, but it's not clear and it's a wee bit inconsistent. Otherwise, I think it's been really good. I've enjoyed it, and everything's ran on time so far. Little tweaks like that would be nice, but overall, I think it's been very good and I've enjoyed it. So I'm going to go to bed. It's now 1 AM or something, and tomorrow I believe there's some, hang on, I'll check. Okay, yeah, so tomorrow session A of the close-up competition is first, 9 AM. I might not go to that. I've never been overly enthusiastic by close-up. I do actually like watching it, and I've occasionally liked performing it, but I really don't like performing it overall. I appreciate the skill that a lot of close-up performers have. It's just not necessarily my thing that I enjoy performing. I might watch some of it, I'm not 100% sure. However, Xavier Mortimer has a show and at the same time, and I really like his style of magic. It's stage magic, and stage magic is where my passion lies. So there's that. I'll probably go to that. And then we've got the third session of the stage competition at 2 o'clock, which I will definitely see. That's why I'm here. That's why I've attended the World Championships this year. So looking forward to that. And there's also the online magic competition at that time. The online competition's a new segment this year, so I'm really interested to see how they've approached that and how they're going to show it. Online magic isn't my thing. I don't really enjoy it at all. I don't watch it. If it comes up on social media, I scroll past. I like watching a live show. That's what I enjoy. That's what I appreciate. However, I appreciate that online magic is a legitimate platform now. It's a different style, and there's some things you can only do online, which is really interesting. Opens up a lot of opportunities to create new stuff. But a lot of online magic I'm not so keen in, because it's very set up, and not all of it, but there is a lot that the reactions seem false, and the circumstances in which the trick comes about just seems, I'll rephrase, it's late, so I'm not thinking of the right words. The presentation of the trick feels very set up and false a lot of the time for me, so I don't enjoy that. But people like, I used to watch Chris Ramsey a lot, and he would just perform magic and get genuine reactions. Set up a camera, do the magic, and sometimes there wouldn't be an audience, it would just do it for the camera, which was really cool. But there's a lot of online magic now that I have seen. Maybe it's not like that now, but certainly I have noticed. It's usually two people on a 45-degree angle to the camera. The person standing here is going to see what the magician's doing. You really need them in front of you for the type of tricks they're doing. And then they do the magic moment, and the person standing next to the magician gives this, oh my god, reaction, and it's very false. Like, if you're going to do that kind of trick, do it for the camera, or if you're going to do it for a live reaction, and record that reaction on a camera and put it on social media, make it legitimate. You don't need to set it up. I don't like that. It's not even the fact that it's all false and everything. It doesn't feel sincere when you watch it. That I feel very disconnected to the people on the screen because they aren't authentic, they aren't real. So that's my take on it. Don't hate me. Again, Online Magic is a legitimate platform. I'm just not keen on that fake stuff. Okay, so yeah, and then there's a lecture on Online Magic, just as I said that. Ironically, Xavier Mortimer's on the list for Online Magic, and I love his live performances. I love it, and I've just been talking about Online Magic, and he does a lot of that, so that's that. And then later on in the night is the Stars Under the Stars, so yeah, which is the street show dinner thing, I believe. So that sounds very good. Okay, I'm going to say good night. Well, well, I am lost. I have no idea where I am. Well, my battery died 32 minutes past 2 and I'm getting really annoyed. So it's 3:15 AM. I've got a flight tomorrow. I feel like I'm heading the right direction though. I'm not 100% sure. And I'm right back where I was, like nearly 20 to 4. And I'm gonna get up in like 3 hours or something. Well, it turns out I'm back where we originally got off the taxi.